The city of Baltimore is saying goodbye to a police officer and mother of 4 who authorities believe was shot last month by 2 people who walked up to her patrol car and opened fire.
My sister has always been hardworking, always been determined, and she was able to bring joy to everybody that she touched.
Officer Kiana Holly had been on the force for just 2 years.
A remarkable woman who joined the police department a little later in life. She wanted to live a life of service.
That service also came with danger, which she talked about with her sister.
Her faith was bigger than her fear. So no matter how fearful of it she was, she got up every day.
Holly's murder is part of a terrible year in policing. Preliminary statistics from the FBI show that 2021 was especially deadly for cops in the United States, with 73 officers killed intentionally in the line of duty, most by gunfire, up from 46 in 2020, and the highest number in 26 years aside from 9/11. It's a problem from coast to coast. In Bradley, Illinois last month, one officer was shot and killed, another badly wounded after responding to a call about barking dogs at a hotel. In Arvada, Colorado, a 19-year veteran officer shot dead in what police called a targeted attack. Those ambush and unprovoked killings specifically are also up, totaling 33 last year, the FBI reports, a startling jump from 11 in 2020. Some in law enforcement tell us they believe criminals have been emboldened by disruption to the criminal justice system during the pandemic.
Over the past 18 months to 2 years, many of our grand juries were non-existent. Indictments didn't happen. Trials didn't happen. We know that people felt more emboldened because they didn't see or feel those consequences.
Another issue police cite, policy changes that have allowed more people out of jail pending trial. Criminal justice reform advocates say practices like cash bail have long been discriminatory against low-income people and people of color. But some policing advocates insist changes have led to more crime.
A lot of it has to do with policies in cities that are clearly making our cities less safe, allowing some of the most violent offenders back on the street to continue to reoffend.
The head of the country's largest police union also blames anti-police sentiment in some parts of the nation.
It's taken its toll, and it's eroding a lack of respect for the law enforcement profession.
While criminologists say crime is complicated and there are no easy answers to determining the root causes of a rise in certain kinds of violence, including against officers, police say repairing relationships with the community is a must. After a series of high-profile cases where police killed black men and women like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, which sparked nationwide outcries over police use of force.
I tell this to every graduating class, every class that starts and again when they graduate, to do 3 things: build relationships that were never built, improve on good relationships, and then repair broken relationships.
One of the recruits up to that task was fallen officer Kiana Holly.
Our crime level is so high.
In a video recorded while she was still in training, she gave her reason for joining the force.
I didn't want to be a Baltimore City police officer before. I feel like Baltimore City police officers have a bad name about themselves, and we have to change that and change it together.
Now, the biggest killer of cops last year was COVID-19. Nevertheless, this surge in the number of officers intentionally killed in the line of duty is certainly troubling law enforcement leaders across the country. It's also getting the attention of lawmakers, Jake. For example, Senator Tom Tillis, Republican of North Carolina, has filed a bill that would make seriously injuring a law enforcement officer a federal crime. Jake?
All right, Josh Campbell in Los Angeles for us. Thanks so much.